Hey Internet, Paul with Martial Business Matters. Maybe you've got a martial arts school, maybe you're thinking about opening a martial arts school. One of the things that martial arts school owners have to think about is inventory. Getting inventory into the hands of clients, customers, students, the parents of students, whatever. Simple things that people think about: uniforms, weapons if your martial art does any type of weapons training, sparring gear if your martial art does any type of sparring, and even if you're in a more modern martial art like Krav Maga or something where they don't necessarily have a traditional uniform, you got to think about things like apparel, rash guards for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, things like that. There's inventory that's going to get into the hands of your students, whether you sell it to them or they get it somewhere else. So when we talk about revenue streams and how to generate income for your school and for yourself, one such potential revenue stream is inventory. And you can run inventory whether you have a pro shop or if you don't have the space for a pro shop, you're just running it out of your office and it's an order buy system, whatever. There are ways to turn the inventory side of martial arts into a revenue stream for your school. And we talk all about the various important reasons why having multiple different revenue streams is critical to success in another video, which I will link up in the description. But when we talk about inventory, there's several factors to consider. One factor is how much space do I have? How much room do I have in my physical location or out of the trunk of my car or wherever you're keeping your inventory? How much space do I have to hold inventory? That's a really important number. So I thought it would be a really great idea for me to shoot this quick video for you just to show you one such potential hazard or challenge in managing your inventory space. How much room do you have? I'm standing in front of a big, basically a wall of boxes right now. These are all fresh off the boat, and it's uniforms. This whole wall of boxes that I'm standing in front of is uniforms for my traditional martial arts program. And this is the uniforms out, off the truck, still in their boxes. I haven't sorted through them. I haven't organized them. I haven't figured out, I have to go cross-reference my inventory sheets and figure out, did I get the right sizes that I ordered, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I can't just keep these in my hallway, right? I can't just have walls of cardboard boxes lining my studio. That doesn't look professional. That doesn't look good. So what am I going to do with it? My process is to tear these boxes away, dissect, unload, cross-reference with my order sheets, make sure I got everything I ordered. If I didn't get everything I ordered, follow up with the vendor. I'll have another video about that. But once I get all these out of boxes, I'm going to show you where I put them. Welcome to the Pro Shop. Now, not every school has the resources or the space to have a dedicated pro shop. Like I said, one of the considerations is how much space do I have and how can I use that space really intelligently to make sure that I'm not wasting my space, because square footage, every square foot calculates against the bottom line. So if you've got 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet, 3,000 square feet, if you're using any of that square foot for empty space, make sure that it's done intelligently and for the right reasons. But realistically, you want to try and use as much of your square footage as possible. I'm fortunate I have a great big pro shop, which gives me the freedom to store a lot of my inventory that I convert into sales for the school right out in the open in a dedicated space, my pro shop space right here in the front lobby of the school, which is right adjacent to the parent seating area, which I'll maybe show you in a bit. But what do I do with that big wall of uniforms, that big wall of cardboard boxes that is off in the back hallway? What do I do with that? I move that here. And we'll talk about display and pricing and all sorts of things in a later video, in a different video. But this is where I store my uniforms. And they're organized by size, and it looks very clean and is really presentable. You've just got all these simple squares, and these things, these are those little cube boxes that you can get. You can get these on Amazon, Target, Walmart, whatever. And there's a little grid here that holds the boxes, and that's where I store my uniforms, right? All by size. These are size 2s. Which makes it organized by size, makes it really easy when somebody wants to buy a uniform, or when I'm outfitting a new student with a uniform, or if there's a uniform being given away as part of a trial or something like that. I say, let me just get a quick look at you. You're probably a size 2. No problem. Here's the size 2s. Grab you a jacket. The bin below it has the pants. Same thing for all the way down to 000, 000, 000, 1, etc. So that's how I store my uniforms. And again, storage and how much space you have for inventory is pretty important, because you can make your school look really sloppy. You can make your space look really congested and not good by being over-cluttered. And in fact, I'm approaching needing to revisit some of how I have the display set up here, because I've acquired some things and it's starting to look a little bit cluttered. I'm going to discontinue offering certain colors of my sparring gear and things like that. But this is something that you want to be really mindful of when you're looking at inventory for your school. If you don't have a space for a pro shop, again, you can run inventory out of the trunk of your car. You can do simple orders just for everything. So you get a new student, you say, hey, you need a uniform. Okay, we're going to go ahead and order that. It'll get here next week. Until then, train in shorts and a t-shirt, whatever. You got to get creative with these kind of things. You got to get creative. But if you have the space, a dedicated pro shop will not only help you move more inventory and therefore help you bring in more revenue for your school. It will give you a place to put your inventory. So it's cyclical, right? You have a space to put your inventory, which means you can get more inventory if that space happens to be front-facing to the clients, to the students, to the parents. Then that visibility helps you sell more inventory. And so having the space for a pro shop, a dedicated pro shop where you can display things, which is a form of advertisement to your local base, helps you move that material, which helps you bring in more money, and then you have more money to reinvest into more product and more inventory. So think of your retail sales as a potential revenue stream, but also think of it almost like a little side hustle, like it's its own separate thing. And in fact, in my financials, when I calculate my financials month to month, I separate out, this is, what we brought in for, tuition. This is what, was brought in for seminars. This is what was brought in for private lessons. This is what was brought in for retail. And, divvying it out like that. And that helps you track, what revenue streams are bigger than others and how you're making most of the money in your school and things like that. But if you really treat your pro shop or your retail sales as almost a little side business, it helps you focus on a lot of the nuances of how that side of your more global business, your bigger business is operating. And we'll have a lot more videos. I've got more videos about inventory and how to calculate inventory, how to decide how many of each size of uniform you need based on how much space you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Remember, Marshall business matters. Marshall money matters. Thanks.